how do I listen? Why and how do I want to listen to a prayer? And I've got all kinds of thoughts in my head. I don't want to say any of them. You know where I'm going with this. So talk about why that's such a great experience when you actually listen to the prayer that you're praying.
Mm. Well, I'm intrigued. I mean, I know you're supposed to be the other way interview, but I'm immediately intrigued in what you mean by, actually say, when you say listening to the prayer, what does that mean for you?
That means while you're reading, it's as if the words are new to you, which they are. I mean, there's so many words that we don't remember them all. And even if we know it by rote, when we actually look and say, okay, what is the meaning of the words here? Even if I've said it 100 times, it's always new to me. Right. And so it affects me. Now, ostensibly, the prayer is me speaking to God what I've already thought about and feel, and now I'm putting into words and God's getting it. But when you actually read a liturgy, the reading's reflexive. It goes both ways.
Right.
My intention or the effect of reading a prayer on peace is not just to say to God, I hope there's peace in the world, but maybe I might get peaceful if I listen to the prayer. So that's my intent. That's what I mean by that.
Well, there's an interesting piece about, I think, listening to prayer. Of course, you've just named one of the core prayers. If there is a prayer that most Jews know, however connected to liturgy they may be, it's Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. That listening. And a lot of the mitzvot, to hear the shofar, to listen to the shofar, to listen to the Megillah of Esther. That's the command. Not to chant it or to blow the shofar or to say the prayer, but actually take it in. So there's a lot of dimensions to that. I think it's a misnomer, the silent Amidah. There aren't, truthfully, that. I mean, there's internal meditation and even, chant that I might do quietly within myself. But for the most part, prayer is, that kind of what outside sometimes critically we call mumble davening, and that's usually because we don't understand what people are doing or even ourselves. But that's actually, if I brought you in a Tibetan situation, I said, listen to the people going, you wouldn't say, oh, they're doing mumble davening. Oh, that's so exotic. That's such cool prayer. Right? So that there's a certain piece of expressing out to listen. Like we're supposed to hear ourselves, even as a whisper, saying the Shema. Because there's an aspect of the reptilian self, the earliest part of our brains, that doesn't differentiate between self and other. So that deepest part of myself that is about survival and existence hears me saying, Shema Yisrael. And I actually don't know that that's me. I hear the words and take them in as if though I was hearing them from somewhere else. And then limbic brain develops over time, and then other levels of the brain that we have to the point where there are parts of our brain that light up only in human beings, or in prayer and meditation, as we've discovered recently in different research. But just that basic part that we should just listen to ourselves, but then also listen to each other. So when I invite people to say the Shema, I say, if you deeply listen, speak it yourself, but at such a volume that you can actually hear the person next to you, then you're saying, you're evoking the self in Shema, right? You're evoking that God's space within yourself, but you're also connecting with other people, and Yisrael is now present. Not just you, the God wrestler, but the people, and the resonance of that, and the sense of, I think part of the challenge of prayer is we long to feel a sense of lineage and connection to something greater than ourselves, but a lot of those links have gotten broken. I had a Zeta. I actually had 3 great-grandparents I knew and 4 of my grandparents right up until I was in my mid-40s. And davening next to my Zeta Aaron at the conservative synagogue in Winnipeg I grew up with, and just kind of feeling like the osmosis of that was really powerful. So that there's a piece, and I say that because I notice how many people don't have that or didn't get that, or the Shoah became an interruption of transmission. So I think that part of what that allows us to do is we need found family. That prayer brings us into a circle, with both within ourselves and with others, to find the connection and the family and the sense of lineage that much has been lost. And we can find that when we listen, not just when we talk.
Right.